What's going on? Thank you for being here with me this morning. I wanted to come to you and talk about this real important formula. This formula that you see right here, AQ. What is AQ and how does this have to deal with how you approach life, your life, whether it's been marriage, whether it's been work, whether you are a student, whether you are a parent, whether you're a business leader, entrepreneur, regardless of who you are. If you're in sales, you're almost all those entrepreneur and business leader, because you have to understand how this approach have worked for me and how it's allowed me to get to this point where now I can continue to get in front of more people, to encourage them and to motivate you to understand that you have to embrace this reality every single day. And the more that you embrace this reality that I'm about to share with you, the more you can see that you're in control of what happens to you. Not your environments, not everything around you, but right inside of here. Right inside of here, if you look at this Q3 I'm about to go over, I want you to know that taking control of these three things is what's going to allow you to move past all the things that has been holding you back, to move past what we call in transcend limits, okay? So let's just dive right in because I'm pretty excited. So first thing, what you have to have, attitude. Your attitude is so important. You can be positive or you can be negative, right? That's a choice. But you have to understand that person with a great attitude is going to be willing to understand what it's going to take. That person may invest in some knowledge. That person may invest in understanding what I need to do to maintain this attitude and move forward. One example I love to give is when you're in sales, what happened? You're first in sales, you're excited. You don't know anything. And all of a sudden, that attitude, that zeal that you have to provide for your family and to help customers out, what happened? At that point, your attitude just blow past everything. You don't even think about it. You're just so excited to get in front of so many people. You're so excited to talk. As a speaker, I'm so excited to be in front of a crowd of individuals who say, I want to learn how I can do more with my life. And I love to give you the positive encouragement. Just for myself, attitude is so important. I can't come to you and tell you to do something if I don't believe that to be true. And if I don't believe that to be true, then guess what? You're going to pick up on that. And if you pick up on that, then you don't build credibility with me. You don't trust me because all of a sudden, although what I'm saying may be true, the vibe that you're getting from me is not real. So I invest in my attitude a lot because I want to make sure that everything I say to you is 100% congruent with what I believe, and my actions are followed by that. So what happens if you have the right actions, if you have the right attitude? We hear these things that, positive actions, have positive actions are what's going to get you. But having that positive attitude is important. But what happened to that person who's in sales or that person who's new on a job after they start hitting a few bumps, after hitting a few walls? What happened? They have to start sitting back and say, okay, I know my attitude is not the problem. So what is it now? Maybe you never thought of, what is my approach? What approach am I taking to get to the results that I want? In sales, for me, it was always, if I wanted to sell this amount, whether it was 15, whether it was 20 cars, what are the approaches that I'm taking? Am I emailing people? Am I texting people? Am I contacting enough people in a short time frame at the right times? Because sometimes your attitude is just so great that you overlook the approaches that you need to take, the schedule that you need to be on. Understanding your approach and how that is so critical to understanding your life, understanding how to be a great parent, understanding how to be a great business leader, an entrepreneur. Your approach is so critical. That's why so many different programs out there. That's why people are putting out ideas that if it resonates with you, that you need to be a part of it. Because once you start to awaken the correct approach and then you start having that attitude, then guess what? You're ready. In football, what happened? If I had the right attitude and I had the right approach, and if you was I play wide receiver, and if you were right in front of me as a DB, if I knew the approach that I was going to take and I had the attitude, then guess what? It was a wrap. I believed that I was going to overcome. I believed that what was going to happen at that time was I'm going to blow past you and I'm going to catch a ball over you and I'm going to score, right? So Your approach is so critical, and this takes time. You have to study your approach, but don't take too much time on it, because if you do, you may never get to this last one. You have to take action. Action is the most important thing that you have to understand when it comes to your business, your life. Because you can know everything. You can have the right attitude. You can have the right approach. But if you never take action, then guess what? You won't ever have any results. You won't ever have to say, okay, maybe I need to work on this a little bit better. Maybe I made a lot of great calls and I track that because I fine tune my approach. And so now that my approach that I took has changed, I see the actions that I take compared to what I did last week, or compared to what I did last month, or compared to what I did last year. Here's the thing. What actions do you need to take so that you can be somewhere different next year than you are right now? And then ask yourself, as you look back from last year, are you taking the same actions that you took last year? And are you at the same spot that you were last year? And maybe that spot for you is not where you want to be. Maybe it is where you want to be, and you want to continue to make sure you move forward. So I encourage you, I challenge you to make sure that you're a part of programs and association. And as I told you, if you're here in this area, I'm excited to bring to you Transcend. We have so many different programs that we are building for businesses to come talk to their employees, their leaders, and for you as an individual, for you to be able to say, man, I need that encouragement. I need to make sure that I have the right attitude, that I have the right approach to my job, to my marriage, to my business, to doing as a student, having those right approaches as a student, attitude, approach, and then make sure I take the right actions. I have to take sacrifice. I can't hang out with everybody all the time. I can't go have happy hour. I maybe can't, go look at TV for an hour, 2 hours and a half. Maybe you need to go sit down in a quiet place and read a book and start investing in your mind. Maybe you need to turn on a video and see how are the things that I'm doing right now allow me not to get the results I want. Think about that. How are the things that I'm doing right now not allowing me to get the results that I want? Because guess what? When you start looking at these approaches, this AQ, your attitude, your approach, and your action, and you start to take control of those every single day, and you take 10, 15 minutes and ask yourself, where's my attitude? Where's my approach? And where are my actions? And are they in line with what I really want? Are they in line with who I want to be? Because if not, you need to get around books, individual programs that's going to help you embrace the right attitude, embrace the right approaches, embrace the right action steps. And sometimes when you do the first two correct, the third one will just come. And that happens a lot for me. If I make sure I have the right attitude, if I have the right approach, it doesn't matter. If I call somebody and they hang up on me, I never hear from them, that's fine. It's not me. I need to go to the next. As a business leader, if I set up a meeting and this meeting didn't go like I wanted it to go, it's great. I'm going to schedule another meeting and I'm correct myself on the things that I needed to communicate better. As a parent, maybe I didn't talk to my kid the way that I wanted to. Or maybe that just blew up. That did not work out the way I wanted it to. That's fine. You still got another chance to change your approach and take action again. As a spouse, what are the things that you need to do to better communicate with that individual? What are the things that I need to be able to say so that I can stop having maybe this feeling of worry or doubt? It's always something that you can do. Maybe as a college student, school has been in session for a few weeks now. What are the things that you need to do to separate yourself, to maintain that study level that you need to take? Who are the people that you need to be around? What are the mentors, or what are the tutors? What are the programs? What are the clubs that I need to be a part of to not only make sure that I'm doing good for right now, but to help me move past and get to where I want to be in a year or 2 years, 3 years from now? Don't just live in a moment. Live in the future. In your mind, live in your future. See where you want to be in a year from now, and then start taking the necessary actions today. So think about Q3 when you're moving in life today, when you want to make adjustments in everything that you're doing today. Think about this conversation that I had with you today. Think about how you're in control of what you do and what you do not do. And when you understand that you're in control of this Q3, when you understand that you're in control of this Q3, then guess what? You realize that it is my attitude, it is my approach, and it is the actions that I take or I do not take. And guess what's going to happen from there? You're going to get the desired results you want, or guess what? You maybe not. But it was better than doing nothing. Make the corrections, take responsibility, and keep moving forward. I thank you for watching. I wanted to come to you and making sure that you put in the right things on your mind today, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and there's a lot of negative, there's a lot of positive. But I wanted to give you a formula to make sure that you're thinking, your attitude, protect that. Your approach, understand that. Your actions, just take action and do it. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this. Hey, take action. What's your self-talk?